What's good, Joe? Welcome back. Welcome back to another AFL video on this lovely Tuesday. Lovely Tuesday. My Brisbane Lions have now won 5 straight, coming off a very big win against Adelaide. Very tough win. Moving on up in the leaderboard, man. Obviously, rough start. Finally got going these last few games, 5 games. Highest team in the league, you could say. And we're in the top 8. Now, can we hold on to the top 8? I think we are. I think we have finally caught going at the right time. It took them long enough, but we finally got going at the right time. Lucky Neal and Josh Dunkley, man. My gosh, talk about a dynamic duo recently between those two. Absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding between those two, man. And it's just amazing. Like, it's just amazing. Now back happy. Fans are back happy. Fan base, whatever, everybody's back happy because team is finally winning, showing what they should have been doing the whole season. But anyway, man, as we proceed to the video, shout out to my boy Footy A to Z. All credit goes to him. I almost call him Footy Ass because when I see it, every time I watch like his videos, I always think like it's Footy Ass, not A to Z. So that, but we are going to check out mistakes to avoid in the AFL rebuild. Obviously, yeah, like I think the trade deadline coming up. Some of these teams who are still rebuilding, are they going to get rid of some of these pieces? Teams who are winning, are they going to add some pieces? You guys let me know you guys are feeling towards the trade deadline. Without further ado, let's get started, man.
For rebuilding teams, the AFL draft is bigger than the grand final, and for my Fremantle Dockers, that last Wednesday in November has loomed large on the calendar ever since our fall from footy relevance in 2016.
It'd be like that.
Fremantle head to the draft on November 24 with a suite of top picks and are generally thought to be a team on the rise. But it could have happened a lot sooner, if not for a disastrous trade period and draft in 2018.
Shout my dog.
That year, the Dockers broke just about every rule in the list building book.
Also, I kind of changed like how I'm gonna set up like my office, my room, whatever. We're going to the video, so the light may look a tad bit different. You guys just let me know how you guys like it, stuff like that. It's rough draft. So I was playing with the lights for the last like 5 minutes. That's why I was trying to get the perfect.
In this
light,
video, we're going to examine some key
know.
mistakes that all clubs should learn from to avoid a similar fate. The 2018 Dockers were not a good football team.
Damn, we're trash.
But like any rebuilding team, you'd expect them to have a mountain of picks to take to the draft. But instead, the Dockers were without a second, third, or fourth round pick. They had pick 5 and then a 5th rounder.
Dang.
So how did this happen? The AFL introduced future pick trading in 2015. That year, the Dockers had clinched the minor premiership and fallen just short of a grand final berth against West Coast, which, if it had have happened, would have either been the best or worst day of my entire life. The Dockers took to pick trading like Brett Kirk to a weird monologue, and in 2015 traded both their current and future second round picks to the Gold Coast for Harley Bennell. They even tried to pay 2 first round picks for Cam McCarthy that same year. After all, they were minor premiers. I mean, how much could those picks possibly be worth? But instead of cooling off, the Dockers tripled down. In 2016, they again traded away their future second in a pick swap again to the Gold Coast. And then, in 2017, they did the following.
They were going all in.
A future second rounder for Nathan Wilson, a future third rounder for Brandon Matera, and a future fourth rounder to get rid of Hayden Crozier. The Dockers thought they were playing with free money, but by 2018, the bill had come.
Yeah.
To add to Fremantle's woes in 2018, Lachie Neale, the star on-baller and everyone's favourite fantasy piglet, had requested a trade to Brisbane.
Ooh.
At 25 years old, this was a disaster for Fremantle and their newly appointed football boss, Peter Bell.
Now, that's the bad thing. It seemed like what Freo was just trading picks, second round picks for like all these guys coming in. Then the guys that they had, they got rid of him and they added a pick to that. So it seemed like Freo were kind of basically going all in because they felt, okay, hey, minor Premier League champs, we were close, but we didn't get there. But we have a team which we felt like we don't need these picks. The guys we got now can lead us. We're gonna add guys in because we feel like we are right there. That's the only bad thing about that. Going all in doesn't always work, but when it doesn't work, it looks real shitty, like absolutely shitty. Like it's not great. Doesn't look great.
But a player
not
leaving your
great.
club in a rebuild doesn't have to be a problem. I mean, Fremantle learned this themselves when they let Chris Mayne walk in free agency for a second-round pick in 2016, and in 2017 when they extorted pick 2 from the Gold Coast for Lockie Weller. This has happened with other clubs too. Collingwood let Beans go, which turned into De Goey and Crisp.
Hey.
If you are rebuilding,
Crisp.
it's high picks over everything. Brisbane offered pick 6 for Lockie Neal. Fremantle could have had picks 5 and 6 in what people were labelling a super draft. But the entire trade period gets flipped on its head when Jesse Hogan, the 23-year-old 195cm key forward, declares that he wants to be a Docker.
Hey.
This floors Fremantle. For years, even while he was still playing, the club was fixated on the next Matthew Pavlich. No matter who they drafted or traded for, they could never find a forward to partner with or succeed the Big Pav. My personal favourite? Gotta be Jack Anthony. It's really hard to overstate the impact this had on the Fremantle consciousness. And in Jesse Hogan, the next Pav had finally arrived, albeit with some severe off-field issues. This shows the problem of lusting after a particular kind of player to fit a narrative, as opposed to just rolling up your sleeves and going to the draft.
Right.
It's something that the Melbourne Football Club and the Dogs have done very well. They don't mind an oversupply of a particular kind of midfielder, for example. They go out and they take best available, trade in role players like Ed Langdon or Josh Bruce at friendly prices, and sort out the fit afterwards. The Hogan experiment also shows that it's fine to take distressed assets during a rebuild, but only at distressed asset prices. Fremantle end up paying.
So these guys could have Jesse Hogan and Lucky Neal at the same time. Now Lucky Neal is with us, Brisbane, and Jesse Hogan is with GWS, if I'm correct. Shit.
Pick 6 for Jesse Hogan. They tried to pay 2 firsts for Cam McCarthy, a man who had his own mental health demons and always ran like he was full of choc milk. Harley Bennell cost 2 seconds. Shane Kirsten, Brandon Matera, the list goes on and on. But here's the most important question of all. Are you in a rebuild or are you not? This is paramount. Because in 2018, Fremantle still didn't believe they were in a full rebuild. After all, they had Nat Fyfe, their Hill brothers, Michael Walters, they traded away their picks for established players. They were looking to rise up the ladder fast.
Freo had a squad. What the hell? These guys were deep.
It's the same question that Carlton have asked and decided that their rebuild is over. We'll see if it's true. West Coast have decided their rebuild hasn't even begun. We'll see if that's true as well. But if they're wrong, they've wasted a year of development and possibly more. It's why I give the Melbourne Demons list building so much respect. They knew that 2018 was no fluke for them. So they stuck to their guns, kept their core together, and won a drought-breaking flag.
Max gone.
So what trades do Fremantle do in 2018? In short, they turned their original draft hand of pick 5 and a 5th rounder into Hogan, Rory Lobb, pick 14, 2 seconds, and 2 thirds. Peter Bell trumpets the fact that they got those players and stayed in the first round. But terms like first round, top 10, those are metrics we use to order a draft. A first round pick of 14 doesn't equal a first round pick of 5, especially when key draft experts know where the drop off in talent lies.
Facts.
Just look at the scramble this year to draft one of Callahan or Horn Francis. Scouts know where the cliff edge is.
Horn Francis. Poor Adelaide.
So who do Fremantle draft with those picks? Well, on draft night 2018, Fremantle takes Sam Sturt at 14, a gun who is always injured and a player name which is very hard for me to say with a slight lisp.
Sam Sturt.
Next is Luke Valenti, who is yet to debut. Then Lockie Schultz, a mature age small forward who is best 22. And Brett Bewley, who has since been delisted.
Damn.
Jesse Hogan is gone for a pick in the 50s, and Rory Lobb just tried to leave in the last trade period. And who could they have drafted? Connor Rozee and Ben King.
Especially Ben King.
Not a bad next Pavlich, if you ask me.
Especially Ben King.
So if you are a rebuilding team, don't be like the Dockers in 2018. You've got to be wary of the following: trading away futures, especially for established players, keeping your high picks, overpaying for distressed assets, drafting for need over best available, and most of all, knowing where you're at. So whoever you support, may your picks be high and finals just around the corner.
I will say that Matthew Pavlich, obviously I think we have talked about him a few times. Very, very good play for Frio. I'm just still surprised Frio could have Lucky Neal and Jesse Hogan. And then if I got that correctly with the picks, they could have had King as well. Frio, man. For real. But they haven't been that bad this season, but it's a tough spot for them. The 4 draft picks, only one was like all 22, whatever. One got delisted, one's hurt, and one's just, eh. But anyway, hope you guys did enjoy the video. You guys let me know how you guys enjoy the video as well. How you guys feeling entering this trade deadline? Hope you guys stay safe and amazing. See you guys soon.